This is an important time of year. We bring players in. We have lots of internal discussions. We have our scouts come back, and we sort of talk ad nauseum. We do a lot of work behind the scenes about the kind of people they are and the kind of players they are, and to try to answer the questions. You still have questions this time of year. I think everyone assumes that there's a board right now that's completely set, and then we just wait. There's a lot of time and a lot of work to be done, and I'm a big believer you might find better answers if you spend time at it.
Is it fine-tuning your feelings about guys? In other words, you know what they are as players from on the court. Now you find out what kind of guys they are, how they might work when they work out, that sort of thing.
That's part of it. You can have some discussions you couldn't have had before. You can focus in a little more. You can focus in on the players sort of in your particular area. That's allowed now. I mean, we have such a broad swath that we have to look sort of 1 to 60, right? And unless David Griffin announces who they're picking tonight, we really have to look 1 to 60, not 3 to 60, but 1 to 60. And so that's sort of important, and so we'll keep doing that.
Sam, we hear a lot about Wiggins, and Clark internationally.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid. There's still a window in which some of the international players can sort of make a decision on their own, and so you don't really know. Much like you don't really know maybe the quality of the draft class until the underclassmen put their name in. And so we're sort of not all the way through that window just yet. And then, as you see, look around today, there were a lot of underclassmen, here tonight.
Now that you officially got it to you, I don't know.
It's not about how it turns out. It's not about how it turns out. It's about what you knew at the time and how that plays out for your particular team and for their particular team. So I think, we talked about this even when I came a year ago about the Andrew Bynum deal. It's, I think it's a really tough way to live, to sort of judge it as good or bad for you or others based on how it turns out, because sometimes lots of things happen that you couldn't have known. Obviously, we're pleased tonight with where we are, and we're excited about our future.
Do you like this process?
What's that?
The lottery process.
This is my first time. I've never been before. It's nerve-wracking for a lot of folks. I could tell that. But yeah, it seemed fine. I think it was good. It was good TV. They kept cutting away for commercials every few minutes. I think that's good for that's good for ESPN and good for the league at large, I'm sure.
And then between 4 and 3 too, with you guys still hanging between whether you're going to get the last 3. So.
Yeah.
So with the results tonight, you would think are consistent with your plan that you put in place. If this is satisfactory for you, you have to use as a building block.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you'd be a team like us that gets all the way here and then doesn't know the odds of what might happen, right? That would be silly, and so I think you sort of have to be open-minded to all the possibilities, from 1 to 5, and we were open-minded to all of those and what might happen.
How's the feeling right now?
We're excited. We're excited. I think it's sort of a long time in coming to sort of figure out where things would settle out, and now that we know, I think there's a certain set of relief in that because you can sort of move forward.
And you get to keep the New Orleans pick. That probably helps.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah, to have. I mean, you're covering this draft as much as anyone. To have 2 top 10 picks in this draft is pretty good.
Do you agree with the notion, and this is a really strong draft? Is it a historic draft? How do you look at it?
I don't know that I'm the best gauge of that, but yeah, I do think it's strong. I think there's a bunch of players here. I think we could have gotten excited to draft players at lots of places in the first round, and I think they're going to be good players in this draft.
Does having 2 top 10 picks and all those second rounders, does that give you flexibility to kind of draft, whoever falls to you there, regardless of who you have on your roster already?
I think having lots of picks should give us some flexibility. Sort of the second part of your question about, I think we'll sort of take it as it comes to figure out which ones are the right fit for us. I don't know if they're really tied or not, but we should, if we want to, we should be able to move around.
It's really rare for a top 5 pick to get traded, but you guys are really, really active. Can we put it past you?
It's a little early for that. I'd say when our card came up, we were excited to pick it, not excited to move it. If that's what you mean. So that's sort of not on our radar right now.
Do you feel like some of the drama last week about players not getting physicals and guys not doing the combine and all that, was that overblown? Do you anticipate everybody coming in and being normal?
I think everybody makes their own decision. I think they made decisions that were good for them. That's why they're called agents. That they serve their clients, and I think often make really smart decisions all around. Sometimes what's good for the client isn't what's good for us. I don't anticipate us having any problems getting players to want to come play in Philadelphia.
Does it matter to you though?
Does what matter?
If you don't get all the information that you want, or would you still feel free to make any selection, the player that you like the best?
I like info. It's helpful. It's helpful when you can get it. So the more the merrier.
What's the next 5 weeks going to look like for you now?
Yeah, lots of workouts, and we're obviously traveling to LA tomorrow to be involved in some of those workouts as well. That's a big time, and then a lot of time, finalizing sort of your board. You spend a lot of time watching more tape. You spend a lot of time making more calls. You spend a lot of time doing analysis. And, it's always like that.
Euro camp?
Often I go, and I bet I go, but we'll see. We'll see.
Cool.
I like going. It's a good event. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Thanks. We'll need it.